I don't have to worry. If I have a horse who's down and can't get up and isn't eating and isn't drinking, I have to make adaptations very quickly to help support him in whatever way. So this is what FAT does. It scores this so that people that don't have a lot of experience have a context of, oh, that's just how he is. It's like, yes, but against normal function.
Oh, this would be such a treasure at so many therapeutic riding centers that are run by people that are new to horses and animals in general. Really need a way to look at their animals closely because they may be coming from the field of psychology and not equestrian arts.
Yep, that's exactly it. So when I say to someone, how's he doing? So the classic answer, right, and vets will tell you it's their least favorite answer on the planet. How's Buster doing? Oh, he's fine. It's like fine is not actually an answer. It's like, is he eating? And when they say yes, that may mean to Mrs. Smith, well, Buster's eating as long as I sit on the floor and I roasted the steak that I was going to give my husband, and I'm hand feeding him one bite at a time with a lot of coaxing and a lot of fresh Parmesan. That means he's eating. What we mean is I give you your regular food, you put your face in it, you polish the bowl. So FAT takes it and grades it in a really detailed way, the nuances of what normal function looks like, so that we actually have an idea. So we can, number one, track how much support does this dog need from the environment. If I have an old horse and he doesn't have teeth, well, if I'm not soaking pellets or hay cubes, he's going to die.
Right.
If he's dropping food, it's like, oh, he's a sloppy eater. I heard that once from a barn manager. He's not a sloppy eater. He's dropping the food out of his mouth because he needs dental work. And so the same thing. This is what FAT was aimed at, so we can track it if we add changes. Is this dog now changing? He is eating better. He is pooping regularly, or the diarrhea has stopped, or the incontinence has changed. So we do, physiologically, we do eating, drinking, urination, defecation, sleep and rest. My brain just went. I think that's, pain and mobility. Mm-hmm. Right, so those are all scaled. And you just simply answer questions. If you can tick a box, the application scores it for you and presents this very cool graph that at a glance shows you what's green, what's yellow, what's red. Cognitively, we look at play, we look at learning, and we look at performance. Those are two different issues. And then socially, we look at the dog with familiar people, unfamiliar people, the absence of the preferred persons, and then familiar dogs and unfamiliar dogs. So at a glance, let's say you bring your dog to my facility for daycare and boarding. If I say, so tell me about your dog, you're like, oh, he's really nice. He worries a little bit, sometimes when I leave him, and here's some extra food. If he gets weird, just put some cheese on it. He'll probably eventually eat it. That's not really a good detailed bit of info. Mm. If I actually walk you through FAT, I will actually learn that, we never crate him because he breaks out and tears his paws open. And he is an escape artist and he will break through windows. I would know that from FAT. And I would know he won't eat if there's another dog looking at him. Like,
boy, these are important things for a person with a daycare to know.
Well, exactly. So what we're working on is the question will be, if you are a professional caring for other people's animals, how can you not have FAT? How can you actually take good care of this animal without the detailed and current info? So you could board your dog with me today and everything's hunky-dory and it's green, but unbeknownst to me, when you come back just 2 weeks later, something has happened, and now we have a different issue. We have, in essence, a different dog we're needing to care for. It also helps us track changes. Is this dog settling in okay? Is this new medication working? Is the dietary change we made, is that a good one? How's he adjusting to this, that, or the other thing? So it's a very fluid and very current thing. And it produces a really nice graphic that makes it easy at a glance to say, whoa, what's going on here with this dog? So you can say this is red, for example. It'll then show you what the details are. It's like this dog will not eat. If he's interrupted by noises, he'll stop and he will not resume eating. He will not eat in the presence of other animals. It'll show me exactly what that individual dog is about, and then I know how best to help him if that's possible.
Well, and I love the fact that you've got the red, green, and yellow. Can you tell us a little bit about the colors that you chose to define different areas and about the scale?
So simple, green's always good. Green means there's no big need to adapt for this dog in that particular setting or as he's being handed to you and into your care. All is well. He's functioning on that particular aspect. So, and it's by the aspect, right? So he could be cognitively having dementia, in which case that might be red. But over on eating, he'll eat anything in sight. So that might be a green. He's a happy eater and not a problem there. The yellow says we have some concerns here. We need to keep an eye on this. We need to possibly be supportive, or the animal's needs may not be met well. So if I know, for example, the dog he's easily interrupted by other dogs barking around him when he's eating and he gets too agitated, if I don't feed him in a separate quiet place, his eating may go off. He may not finish all his meals, and that long term, of course, comes to be problematic. So then I know, so that this dog can eat in peace and digest in peace, I need to make sure he's in this spot in my office where he can eat in peace, where his next-door neighbor could care less. So the yellow says we need to make some adaptations here so that this animal's needs are met. These are past just little, quirky preferences. This is actually starting to become a need. In the red zone, we have serious issues, and we must make accommodations or this animal's seriously at risk. So let's say we had a red dog on the absence of owners. That is a dog who is going to make concerted efforts to escape from where he is. He may try to self-harm. He may need to be sedated if he's left without his owner. Where the yellow dog might say, I would rather not be here without my person, but as long as there's another person nearby or there's another dog, I'm okay. So the color coding instantly tells us how significant the problem is. And also, again, lets us track. So if we have a dog who's in a red zone, we make some changes and we bump him up to the yellow or the green zone, we know we've done something good for that guy.
Well, that's such an easy thing to work with. And tell us about your scale of 1 to 10 that you use within that rubric.
So it's a 10-point scale, 10 being, highly functional, no big problems, all systems go, and the 0 meaning that animal's completely dysfunctional. So on an eating scale, a 10 would be, he readily eats whatever his normal food is, and a 0 is the dog's not eating at all. And at that point, of course, we're talking veterinary care. So it's a pretty straightforward scale. It's a fairly nicely balanced one, so that, like I said, you don't have to do the scoring. You don't have to figure it out. You simply have to be able to tick off the boxes of the options. What is it you see? All of this is based in observation. So one thing that's
such a great tool that you've given us, and we need to go to another break now to hear from our sponsors. You're listening to Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets with physical therapist for pets and people, Sally Morgan, on DreamVision7Radio.com. We'll be back in a few moments.
Interested in learning more? Visit physical therapist Sally Morgan's website at sallymorganpt.com, where you will find details about her upcoming speaking engagements, craniosacral therapy, and Tellington TTouch offerings, as well as information about holistic care for animals. Join the mailing list today and be the first to learn about upcoming events and special offers. Sally Morgan is a best-selling author, and her book, Dances of the Heart, Connecting with Animals, details her journey of learning to listen to animals. Her unique set of animal connection cards offers 52 activities to enhance your relationships with the animals in your life, and she suggests that you ask your pet to choose a card each week. Both Sally's book and her cards are available on Amazon and her website, SallyMorganPT.com. Join Sally Morgan PT CST Daily on Facebook for conversations with a corgi, and visit YouTube for past episodes as well as Sally's TED Talk. When it comes to our pets' health, you can never be too careful. We invest significant time in ensuring that they have long and happy lives, but it's important to invest the same dedication into our own longevity. The key active ingredient in Dr. Morgan's wellness formula, pure New Zealand deer antler velvet, is now available as a standalone human-grade product. Life Deer Antler Velvet is a whole food supplement rich in calcium and collagen to support healthy joints and strong bones. Our products prioritize purity, ethical harvesting, and quality sourcing above all else. Visit lifepurerecovery.com to learn more and order your first bottle today.
Tune in to world-renowned author, speaker, and holistic veterinarian Dr. Judy Morgan, and now radio host of Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network every Monday and Tuesday, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Not sure which vaccinations should be given or how often? Not sure which food is best for your individual pet? Find out the answers to your questions in this weekly show where Dr. Judy interviews top experts and showcases the latest products that will help your pets stay naturally healthy.
Does your dog have bad breath? Tired of spending money on expensive dental procedures? Try out Dr. Morgan's Dental Drops today and save money while maintaining your pet's oral health. With New Zealand deer antler velvet as the primary ingredient, Dr. Morgan's Dental Drops are effective for treating stomatitis, gingivitis, and ulcers. You can purchase Dr. Morgan's Dental Drops directly from Amazon Prime or from her website, www.drjudymorgan.com.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets, and I'm holistic physical therapist and Dr. Judy's sister, Sally Morgan. And I'm here with my guest, Suzanne Clothier, who really is a dog goddess, really. She is not just a trainer. She really is a pet expert in every way, and horses as well. And we were talking about her functional assessment tool that she's developed. And Suzanne, I'm so excited. Can you tell us about how this tool is being used to do some research for animals? I saw a few things about that on your website, and I think that's really exciting.
Well, we've got Dr. Erica Furbacher. I'm not sure where she's at with that project, but they were tracking dogs that were pulled out of shelters and then placed with college students to raise them. And what they were watching for was, can fat tell us why, when, or where the blossoming occurs? So the dogs that they pulled out of the shelter behaved in a one way, but after they were in their new homes for a certain period of time, they would begin to act in ways that were not expected. So one of the questions there is, when we do, quote, temperament assessment, it would be like saying, I went to interview Sally, and she had broken both her legs, and so when I asked her to dance for us, she didn't do a very good job. It's like, well, of course she couldn't demonstrate that. She had broken her legs. She was in the hospital on painkillers. And just, not that I'm wishing that for you, believe me. Is it a matter of temperament testing is only going to be useful if the animal's actually functional enough to show us who they really are? So that's a new question in temperament testing. So that's one of the things that Erica's working on.
I think that is a really important thing, too. I know that there's a pretty big shelter near me where part of the temperament test, and, you know, this is for a stray dog that's been wandering for 2 weeks and is picked up by the dog control officer, now gets dumped in this shelter. So part of their test was to take the food away from the dog while he was eating, and if he had any negative response in any way, that was the end of the dog. which is so unfair. If I've been starving, I might bite too if you take my food away.
Oh, I don't have to be starving. If you reach for the French fries on my plate, I might stab you. Of course, that's me. Well, the question is this, right? So the dogs that do well under those tests, they're just more resilient dogs. And there's other dogs who are not